Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I've already done my eyebrows, I've already started to apply my foundation. The reason is because I was doing this video and I realised that my microphone was turned off. Now, you know this would not be a Jordan video if something went right, and I'm very mad, but let's just continue with the video. Let me give you a brief overview of this video. So today I will be doing a chit chat get ready with me, where I'll be answering a few questions that you guys have sent in, one for each step of my makeup routine. So for my eyebrows, I was asked by my auntie how much do I love her, and I said that I loved her like a mother. Emma, I love you so much, you're like a second mother to me, and I love you to the moon and back. My second question was from my friend Casey, and she asked me what's my least favorite thing about the makeup process, and I said my least favorite thing about the makeup process wasn't actually like, you know, all this. It's actually the removal of the roll, which I hate because it's very tedious and it gets rid of my work and hard efforts that I put into it. Hi, welcome back. So I haven't done anything since you just saw all that, so I'm just going to take this on the back of my hand and answer your question. So my next question also comes from Casey, and it asks, how did I get into makeup? I don't really like 100% remember how I got into it. All I remember is that I was watching a James Charles video and he was doing his makeup, and I was like, that looks really fun, I want to try it. So I asked my mother, can I get some makeup for Christmas? And she said, alright, if that's what you want, you can get it. So that's where it all started really. It started from James Charles. Thank you, by the way, because now I love it and I cannot get enough of it. If I didn't have the parents that I have, I would not be doing this, like, at all. So like, I'm very grateful for my parents, very, very grateful, especially my father. Like, I did not expect him to react the way he did when he found out I wanted to be a drag queen. He reacted in a way everyone's father should react when they tell them what they want to do with their lives, because at the end of the day, it's up to them what they want to do. It's not up to the parents. It's not up to the parents to part their own children's careers paths. It's up to them to support them in everything they do. So I was really grateful for my father's response. I know exactly how my mother would react though. She loves the gays more than I do.
And I'll be running, possessed by a lone, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on the full moon. And we're stuck in a la-la land. The tides will turn.
Next I will be going in with my concealer. Do a little triangle like that underneath the eye. Same on the other side.
I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey.
So let's answer the next question, shall we? We shall. The next question also comes from Casey, and she asked, what was your first gig or show like? My first gig slash show was actually, it was a sort of a job interview, should I say. It was like a competition to be one of the, like, you know, shop girls there. So my first show or gig was very, very stressful. I had to prepare 2 songs for each night and sing them in front of a packed like audience, and sound good too. So like, if you watched the last video, you know that I'm a terrible singer, as I told you. So it was very stressful. It was a high stress situation, but I got through it and I won, obviously, because I'm sickening. But yeah, it was just really stressful. I had to sing in front of loads of people. Obviously my mother was there supporting me all the way, my auntie was there, my mother's friends. It was just really stressful for me, because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Because me, like, wanting to be a drag queen, I thought the UK drag was exactly like American drag, when you just go on a stage and do the cow lip syncs and stuff like that. Bitch, I was wrong. UK drag is like singing and comedy and telling jokes, and if any of you know me, which I'm sorry if you do, I'm not that funny. People say I am, but to me, I'm not that funny. Like, compared to like other people I know, I'm not that funny, which I don't understand why people think I am, but like, you know, it is what it is, girl. So like, yeah, my first gig slash show was, I went through it, but yeah, I had lots of support from my friends and my family, which I think that's what got me through it. Like, if I didn't have the support network, I don't think I'd be doing anything I am today. So I'm just grateful for that. I'm just gonna take my Jeffree Star concealer and just hit the points where I want to be like, you know, blasting out at you. So yeah, that's what my first gig was like. So while I finish the rest of this off camera, enjoy the music that I'm going to be putting here. Well, I'm not going to do it off camera, I'm just going to speed it up. So just enjoy the music that I put in here. It's different from the last video, so you're welcome.
But you can't wait, bury all the evidence you don't need love when you crash and burn.
Okay, now that that's done, I literally look like a ghost. I will be powdering it all down because there's one thing I hate is like a wet face. I hate having like a wet and oily face. So I like to set all of my makeup when I do it. So I'm just gonna take my Cody Airspun on a powder puff and so I'm just gonna wipe it all off now. I look really flat a sec, which is fine, you know. It's all about the process, and nothing looks good when you first do it. It's all about what it looks like in the end that matters. So next, I will do my contour, so I'm going to dip into my NYX Professional Makeup palette. Same as I did last time, dip into this one. I won't be doing like the harsh line though because that's not subtle. And just like, you know, dab it. And you'd never want to blend downwards, you always want to like blend upwards, but like, that's just me. It's not a rule. It's just what I like to do. Let's answer that question, shall we? So the next question also comes from Casey. She had 5 questions. Thank you, girl. You're making my video worthwhile. So the next question she asks is, where are you from? Now, as you guys know, this YouTube channel is public. So I don't really feel comfortable giving out my full address. All I'm going to say is that I live in a small town in Wales, South Wales. Sorry that I couldn't like answer that question fully. It's just you gotta be careful, especially during Pride Month where like there's people out there just like, you know, targeting gay people like me. I gotta be careful. Okay, do you see that? Do you see how it's like a nice subtle shadow on your face? That's what you're going for. Well, that's what I'm going for. So I will speed this up so you don't have to like, you know, watch me apply. So enjoy the music again.
Yeah, I gave you everything. Gave you a diamond ring to watch it fall from your head.
Time to do the other side. Same as the other side. Dip into that.
Cause I've been living with regret. I don't wanna love again. Cause I've been living with regret. And I don't wanna love again. Cause I've been living with regret.
Now that that side is done, I will be doing my forehead, but this time I'm going to be using the second colour on my powder brush, just because I have a huge forehead and I want it to be covered as much as possible. So let's put this palette down, hold this hair back, and hit the like points where I've got a receding hairline at 17 years old. Now I'm going to get over it.
You came back to me. I don't trick or treat. Don't knock on my door. Don't want you no more.
So after you've like put it on, I like to go in with this brush and just like disperse the product.
And I don't wanna see you again.
Same on the other side.
The fact that this never lasted. I played the game but lost the bet.
I I'm thinking, do you know, because that question was like a really short one, I'm gonna answer another one doing this step because I've still got my jaw to do. She asks, what do I do for college? So at the moment, I am doing a course in hairdressing, but I am dropping out of it. It's just because I am not a big fan of it. It's not something I want to do with my life. As you guys know, I want to be a drag queen in the world of drag. So at the moment I'm doing that, but I am dropping out. So that's that question answered. So now the contour's done up here, I'm going to take this brush, like my angled one, pull it into that powder, hit the center and the sides to blend them all in. Okay, so now that that's done, right, I will be doing my jawline, which is just like, you know, really subtle. It's like not even holding anything on. Same on the other side.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not.
Then what I like to do is, again, with that powder brush, and just go on the neck. So for today's eyeshadow look, I'm going to be doing a nice pink and purple cut crease moment for you guys. So I'm going to dip into the shade #besties on a Morphe M443 brush, and I'm just gonna pack it on the inner corner. So next I'll be dipping into the shade Makeover, which is this like really nice sort of like maroony sort of purple, and just pack that on the outer V.
And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us, and I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word.
When it comes to my normal makeup, I like it like, you know, in your face and bold like my eye part, but I still want it to look like soft and subtle, if you know what I mean. So like, I don't like any harsh lines when it comes to my everyday makeup. I just want it to look a bit more, you know, feminine. So after you've done that, go back into the brush that you used to put on that pink shade, if I can find it anyway, there it is, and go and dip into the shade #influencer, which is nice. It's a really nice purple shade, and put it right next to the pink.
Simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Cause you got me.
Okay, so now that I've got like the base on, I will be answering the next question. So my next question comes from Rachel Griffiths, and she asks, how did you learn how to do drag makeup? How I learned to do drag makeup is I just watched Drag Race and see how the girls would do their makeup. Like, I already had like my normal makeup skills like under my belt, so I kind of knew how to do makeup, but like blocking my eyebrows, that means covering them, creating more feminine features, I learned just from watching drag queens do their thing. That's how I learned how to do drag makeup. So that's the answer to that question. I'm just going to go back into my eye makeup.
You're trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell.
Now if I did want to blend them a bit more, I just lightly tap into that pink shade and just go on the edges of that purple to blend them in. Same with again with the purple. So next I want to add like a nice black on the outer V. Same way that I did it with the dark purple, except I'm not going to use that much of it and not going to drag her out. I'm just going to put it there and blend it. So do you see how I got that black on it? Looks a bit messy a sec, but don't worry, I'll clean it all up. So I'm going to take this nice small dome blending brush. It's just a brush from Amazon. It's called the Bestope. And tap and swirl. If you know me, I don't use many neutral shades too much, because I just feel like it's boring and it's been done before. So I like to stick to the nice bold and beautiful colours, like pinks, reds, like all the colours of the rainbow. I don't really like using neutral shades, so I try to avoid them and just stick to the colourful ones. Like I'll use like a dark brown if I want to, like, you know, add dimension, or like a dark purple like I just used, which is some people class as neutral. But yeah, that, like, I tend to stray away from the like neutral shades and just stick to the colourful ones. And just, you don't want to like blend her up too much because you still want it to look like there's something there. Sickening. So I want to add some of that dark purple back into it, so just like dip into it with the same brush and tap it in. I just want to bring some more colour back in, that's all, with the purple, and just bring it out a bit more.
Trying to get my attention.
So next I will be cutting the crease with my Jeffree Star concealer in the shade Z0, like you saw in the last video with my drag makeup, put on the back of my hand. Now I am running out of this, I don't know how, I literally got it like 2 weeks ago. That's just showing you how much I do makeup. And I'm going to take it on a Morphe M224. Take it off the back of my hand and just cut the crease. Now I'm going to go higher like I did with the last one.
With regret, I don't wanna love again, 'cause I've been living with regret. And I don't wanna love again, 'cause I've been living with.
Take some more because I didn't put much there, on the back of your hand. Now I'm not going to take her over too far, just going to take her out that much. Stop around with there and just take the brush that you used to put on that black, dip in to that dark purple shade, like quite a bit of it, and just blend out the edge of that concealer. Okay, now do you see how it's aligned? Wipe off the rest of the shade on the back of your thumb. Okay, so next I will be taking my Morphe M116 and dipping into the shade #Bay, which is this nice metallic pink shade. Go, come on, where are you two? I needed to show some pigment. And place this on the outer part of my eye. It's not really coming out. So I'm just gonna go with my finger. Take it on my finger. Sometimes some shades do apply better by using your finger. Oh yeah. Now you can see it. Like, I don't mind if I have to apply a shade with my finger. Sometimes using your finger is just better when it comes to applying makeup. Take some more. But it's super, it feels really, you know, not nice. It doesn't feel buttery. It feels like tarmac. Which is strange because I love Morphe products. It just seems like they don't put as much effort into the non-influencer type makeup. They like put a lot of effort into the influencer makeup, but not a lot into, like, you know, the smaller ones. So just take this brush and blend the edge. Since I was gone, I did add James Charles palette shade named Artistry to my eyelids because that pink was not giving me enough. It was not on my finger.
Watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew, and we up in our clouds when people change.
Which I would recommend applying it with your finger anyway, just because it's a glitter shade and glitters are crumbly. This one's crumbly. Use your finger when it comes to that one. Next, I will be dipping into the shade #InstaFamous, which I hope to become one day. So let's just dip into that shade with my Wizard 2. So next, let's dip into the shade #InstaFamous, which is like a nice champagne rose gold pink shade with my Morphe M152. Just take that on the brush and put that right next to the Artistry shade. You know what? I'm done using brushes when it comes to shimmers. Let's just go in with my finger. I don't understand why I just don't use my finger. It gives you much more coverage.
Fired up like a wolf on a full moon, and we're stuck in a la-la land. The tides will turn without us, and I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey.
So next, I'll be dipping into the shade #NowTrending. I'm using a lot of shimmers on my eyelid, which I love. Take it on my finger, which is like, it's a nice champagne gold shade. Can you see? See? It's a nice champagne gold shade. And I'm going to put that in the inner corner. Girl, you're not showing up on camera, or you're not showing up in real life. That's a mystery. So next, I'll be dipping into my Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette, a collection of eyeshadow shimmers and glows by Stacey Marie Makeup Artist. So I'll be taking the shade Pink Me, which is a white shimmer shade with a pink reflect glitter in it. I think it's glitter.
Down my spinal cord. Cause you got me holding.
I'll be taking my Revolution Makeup Revolution, that's Killer Revolutions London palette, which I think is like a really nice dupe to the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. Is it called Blood Sugar or Blue Blood? Blue Blood palette. I'll be taking the shade called Cool, which is like a really icy white on a dome brush like this. I'm actually gonna lick my brush. Take her on the brush, like, look at that, and put that right in the inner corner.
get trapped inside this spell. No.
So I'm gonna try something that I've never done before. I'm gonna dip into the shade Glacier, which is a silvery shimmer glitter, and I'm gonna go along the like line of the cut crease. Oh, I'm so glad I did that. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Oh yes, so that's the tea. That is the tea. That is so pretty. I love that so much. I'm so glad I did that. I'll put it in the corner. So I'm going to take the shade Immerse. These shimmers are so good, and just put it right next to it. Okay, so because I haven't answered a question in a while, I'm actually going to do that right now. So the next question comes from Keely Hughes, and she asks, did you find it hard getting into drag? Personally, I can't speak for everyone else, but personally I didn't find it that hard getting into drag because I had amazing supportive parents, I have amazing supportive friends, so I could just do anything I wanted and everyone would just support me and back me up. So to answer the question, no, I didn't really find it that hard getting into drag, but I'm sure other people do, and my heart goes out to them, but for me it didn't and wasn't that hard. To add on to the question I just asked, not only do I have really supportive parents, I also have a really, really supportive family. Like, I have not got one single family member who does not support everything I do with my life, but like everyone, literally everyone in my family supports everything I do. So yeah, to add on to the question, my family, like my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, everyone in my family is super supportive, and I thank everyone for it. Yeah, so I just thank everyone, and I love everyone. Okay, so now that this upper eye situation is all done, I'm gonna go in on the lower part. Now, when it comes to my lower part, I like to do completely different to the upper part. So on the lower part, I'm actually going to do red. So let's dip in to my James Charles X Morphe palette. I'm not going to do a lot though, just because I don't want it to take away from the beauty on the top. So take a nice blending brush, dip it to that red shade which is called You're Kidding, tap it off, and just go underneath.
Tryna get my attention, tryna get your redemption, but now that I'm gone, you want me back. Yeah, I gave you everything, gave you a diamond ring to watch it.
And yes, when I go out with my friends, I do not use any of those like browns and oranges and stuff like that, like the neutral shades. I like going out, I like going hardcore and using all these nice bright vibrant shades because that's just who I am as a person. Like, blend it up into that black to tie it together. Do you see? But yeah, next I'll jump into my Alexis Stone palette, dip into this really dark blood red shade and put that right up into that lash line. Don't really like how that black is looking, so I'm going to dip into the black in the Alexis Stone palette because this black is sickening, and just go on the lash, like upper lash line, and just tap it there. Do you see, like that? Right? Okay. Very, very, very pigmented, right? Use a brush like this and just blend it.
And I don't wanna see you, and I don't wanna see you again. No, just trying, oh, don't deny the fact.
So now that that's done, I'll be doing my eyeliner. Same brush that I used on my eyebrows, the Morphe M153. My spoolie came off, so I'm very clumsy. Lick the brush. Ugh, I hate in the corners of my mouth when they do that. Dip into the black shade in the Alexa Stone palette. Start in the inner corner of the eye. Again, dip back into that black if it starts to become like a grey black tone. And to darken that eyeliner, I'll be taking my eyeliner pen by Revolution and darkening the line as I just said.
Cause I've been living with regret.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion cruise.
The next question comes from my sister Demi, and she asks, what's your favorite makeup brand slash product? So my favorite makeup product that I've got in my makeup kits at the moment, my favorite thing has got to be this. This palette is my ride or die. I love it so much. You didn't see me use it in the last video because I lost it and I was going to cry about it. But I found it, and this palette, like every single shade in this palette is gag worthy. They are so pigmented, and for £10, this palette is a must buy. You've got to have it if you like your blues, your like silvers, your white icy shades. It's just a palette for everyone really. So this is going to be my favorite thing that I have in my makeup kit right now. Now when it comes to brand, it's a tricky one because there's something about a brand that makes it different from the rest. So like I can't really pick a brand that I love the most really, but like if I had to choose, I'd have to say Morphe because I own like more products from Morphe than I do with any other company, and they're really like really drugstore, like if you know what that means. They're really cheap, really affordable, and they're really good, except for this palette, which I don't really like. I just like the pink and purple in it. This palette, not the tea. It's nice. I give them that. It's nice, but it's not as good as the James Charles Morphe one. But yeah, I have to choose. If I had to pick a brand, I'd pick Morphe. So after I've done my eyeliner, I'm just gonna take this Morphe brush again, the one that I used to blend out the black, and just blend out that line. Just a little. Just a smidgen. Like that, okay? Great. Sickening. So when that's done, do you see how like this part is like not covered? Girl, it's fine, I got it. Dip back in to my favourite thing in my makeup kit. Dip into that nice silvery shade.
Play me like a bass guitar. Simmer down and mess me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock.
Again guys, go buy this. Go buy this. This is such a great palette. Let me tell you what it's called. I actually don't know what it's called. It doesn't say what it's called, which that's the only bad thing I gotta say about it really. And like the metal is like a really cheap metal. It's metal, which is got, but it's like a cheap metal. Like what you want to expect from a brand like that cheap is a tenner. You're not gonna expect much. But I love it so much. It's my ride or die, and you gotta go buy it. It's just the best. So after I've done that, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. Dip into this one. Dip into the shade Icy by here. Girl, try not to fall out my hand. Dip into the shade Icy. I haven't used this so much because I just love everything else, and I don't really like these sort of shades, and just go underneath the brow bone.
Inside this spell. Now I feel it. Now I feel it.
Juicy girl. Okay, so next I'll be doing my blush and my highlight, and I'm going to be taking the Stacey Marie palette by Be Perfect Cosmetics, dip into the shade Foolish with this really old pound brush that I got from Home Bargains, and apply my blush. Now I prefer contouring when it comes to this with blush more than I prefer contouring, just because blush is so great. I love blush so much. It might just be because blush is like a pink. I like using a pink tone blush, and I like colour, and the contour. Okay, so now that the blush has been done on my cheeks, I'm going to be putting blush everywhere else, like on contour, because I love blush that much.
I can feel them. I can feel them. I can feel them. Do well. I can feel them. I can.
So there's that. So next I'll be highlighting with the same brush. Dip into the shade Saint, which is the same one I used in my drag one, because this is the best highlighter I've ever used. Love it. Take more of that blush. Oh, I dipped into the wrong one. Yikes. I'm gonna have a lot of pink blush on my face attack, sorry. I'll do the other one off camera so you don't have to see. So to make it not so rounded, like by here, do you see how it's like really rounded? I'm gonna dip into that white shade, which I've literally hit pan on because I use it so much. Dip into it and go over the parts that you want to cover. Kind of like that. Great, right? Okay, so I'm going to be going in with a Morphe lip liner in the shade PDA.
Trying to get my attention. Trying to get your redemption. But now that I'm gone, you want me back. Yeah, I gave you everything.
Now I do overline my boy lips because I don't have an upper lip. Let's just face it, I don't have an upper lip. So now let's answer a question. So my next question is from Josie, and she says, "Hiya, hope you were doing okay. My question for your YouTube is, what is your favourite thing about drag?" My favourite thing about drag is just giving the illusion of a woman. I love, like, when people say, "Oh my god, you look so good, I couldn't tell it was you." My favourite thing in the entire world is when people come up to me and say, "Oh my god, I didn't know it was you." And I'll be like, "Yeah girl, it's me, it's Jordan, you know me, right?" And they're like, "Oh my god, I couldn't tell." I love when people do that, because it just lets me know that I'm doing something right. When it comes to my lower lip, I just overline it a bit, and do you notice how, like, when I put lipstick on, I talk out of like one side of my mouth at a time? I don't really want to touch my lips together that much because of transferring. So next I'm going to be dipping into the Morphe lipstick in the shade Comet, and be putting that all over my lips.
Just trying, impossible to deny the fact that there's never less to you. I played the game but lost the bet. I don't wanna love again.
Just here was like a nice nude lip. So after I've done that, I just like to go in with a lip gloss, a Morphe one, in the shade Flower Crown, and just put that all over my lips. The next and final question comes from my friend Connell, and he asks what got me into drag. What got me into drag was watching Drag Race. I think most people can say that. Watching Drag Race really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I'd never really experienced before. Now that's not me shading my parents, that's just me being real and just saying how it is. Watching Drag Race opened my eyes to a whole different world that I've never seen before, and I fell in love instantly. So to answer that question, what got me into drag was actually watching Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race to be precise. The season I started watching was actually season 6. Charlie was talking to me about a new series she started getting into. It was called RuPaul's Drag Race, and I was like, okay, doesn't sound like something I'd like. But then she got talking about Bianca Del Rio and how that's her favourite and how she won the season. And she was like, oh my god, you should watch it. You should like watch Drag Race and see what you think. And like, I'm glad she told me to watch it because I would never have watched it otherwise. And I fell in love instantly. So thanks to Charlie, you've now got me here sitting in front of the camera doing my makeup for all of you. Thank you, Charlie. So the first question that I got asked when I was doing the other eye was by Rianne, and she asked, rate your amazing friends. By that she means like, tell me what you love about, like tell me like one thing you love about them. Lowry, I love how much of a mother she is. She like mothers all of us. She's like our mother, which I love about her. Zara, I love how open she is. She's really open. She's like, she tells you how she feels. She tells you what she wants. So I love that about her. Rianne, I love everything about Rianne. She's just something negative I can really say about Rianne. I just love everything about her. Dan, I love how open he is. Same as Zara. I just love how comfortable he is with himself. Like he doesn't like how he talks to the girls isn't any different to how he talks to me. He talks to me like he talks to one of the girls, which I love. Caitlin, I've known Caitlin since she was 7. Me and her go back to when we were like 12. Now we're 17. I just love everything about Caitlin. I didn't like her at first, she knows this, I told her this, but I've grown to love her so much, and I love her, and I wish her nothing but success and love. One thing I love about her, she's very honest. She's very honest, and I love that about her. Charlie, again, same with Rianne and Caitlin, love everything about her. If I had to choose one thing, which is hard, she has the biggest, kindest heart of anyone I've known. Her heart, it's so big. I love her so much. So that's one thing I love about Charlie. She has a really big, massive heart, and she's really kind. Eloise, I love how she just doesn't give a fuck. Okay, she literally shaved all her hair off, and now she looks like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I just love her so much. Me and her go back as well. We never used to like each other, but now we do. But I love everything about Eloise. Same with Rianne, Caitlin, and Charlie. Ethan, one thing I love about Ethan is how shy he is. The way he's so he's endearing shy, like endearingly shy. Like how shy he is endearing, which is what I love about him. 4 people I want to add to this list are Taylor, Casey, Abby, and Caitlin. One thing I love about Taylor is she doesn't let her friends get picked on. She like if she sees one of her friends like for me, someone's calling me a gay fag, she'll come up to them and be like, oh, what are you saying? And she'll try to fight them, which I love about her so much. Abby is like my girlfriend. She's not really my girlfriend, but like we act like we're in a relationship, which I love. Caitlin Lee, I just like love her. I just love her energy. She just has a really nice, kind energy, which I absolutely love. With Casey, I just like, she's so open and comfortable with herself, which I love. I love every single one of you that I've mentioned in this video. So my next question comes from Taylor. She's actually got 3 of them. So Taylor asks, when did you start doing makeup? I started doing makeup the 25th of December 2018 on Christmas, when I got my first eyeshadow palette, foundation and stuff like that. That's the time I started doing makeup. Who inspired you to start doing makeup? James Charles, as I said earlier. How long does it usually take for you to do your full drag makeup? It used to be like 6 hours. It used to be so long, but I've cut it down to 3, which is still pretty long, but like, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my makeup. It normally takes me 3 hours to do it, so that's all the questions that I've been asked for now. So I'm just going to continue to do this eye look. One thing that I forgot to do on camera was my nose contour, so I just did that off camera. As you can see, looks snatched, per usual. Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see, the other eye is complete. And to finish this look off, I will be putting on mascara, Benefit Roller Lash, by Benefit obviously. And I will be putting this on my lashes. Same video, right? Okay guys, that's this look all complete. I hope you like this look. This didn't take me that long considering how beautiful it looks. I know, me being big-headed once again. Except my eyebrows are dreadful. Thank you to everyone who sent in their questions. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video because it'll help me out a lot. Also subscribe and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified every time that I upload a brand new video. And if you don't want to subscribe, then you don't have to, but it would be really nice if you did. Yeah guys, this has been the video. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.